Hello YouTube, welcome to the final gameplay video for Broken Legacy. We are going to clear chapters 19 and 20 right here and right now. But first, since it's the end, I decided that now is the time to explore all of the possible promotion opportunities for the remaining units, because there are no more unpromoted units past this point. So let's see what characters that I haven't promoted yet have for their options. First up is Denton, who I might officially promote by the end of this video, who knows. But if you use a Hero Crest or Master Seal, his options are Assassin and Spy. I would say Assassin is best for the Thief, because for Archers, obviously you're going to go with Spy, but for Thieves, you might as well go for Assassin, because Thieves do not have all that much combat prowess, unless they have a magic sword in this game, so you might as well go for the class that has a one-hit kill ability. Now, as for our other units, this menu is a little weird, so bear with me here. Dustin. If you use a Hero Crest or Master Seal on Dustin, your options are Hero or Warrior. And I'm going to go ahead and say that Warrior looks much, much better. Hero will get you swords, but nothing else. And Warrior will get you the Wrath skill. And the reason I prefer the Wrath skill is because swords don't really add that much. You already have the best, strongest weapon type in the game with the axes, so you don't really need swords on top of that. Unless you want to make magic swords a thing, but Dustin himself, he has really awful magic, so I don't really see that being a thing. Even Marcel with a bolt axe is just not really that good. So yeah, Warrior for him. Ivan's options are, you need a Guiding Ring or a Master Seal for this. You can either go with Saint to give him staves, or you can go Magistrate to give him anima magic. And I feel that either option is basically viable here. It looks like Magistrate has a little bit better stats. But if you are lacking staff users, then you're probably going to want to go with Saint, because that'll give you another staff user. And if you if you want to make Ivan just pure combat, then you should probably go with Magistrate, so he has an alternative weapon type. So yeah, but light magic is probably good enough for him. 11 magic at this level is actually very good for a unit that can ignore defenses completely. So yeah, that one is up to you. Then there's Elric. His options are either Mage Knight, which I've already discussed, and Sorcerer, which will give him staves. Mage Knight will give him anima magic and more move. And again, I think you could go with either option here, because anima magic is probably like more versatile than dark magic is in this game, because anima magic has an anti-air spell in the form of the various wind spells, and dark magic, it poisons people. There's a Brave, a Dark Tome, and you've got Fenrir, of course. I think Mage Knight is the thing to go with here, because if you go Sorcerer, then you've got another staff user, but dark magic is not that appealing on its own, in my opinion. Next up is Hardwin the Knight. Going to need a Knight Crest or a Master Seal here. Your options are either General, which will add axes and a skill, or Great Knight, which will add swords and axes, and Canto and more move. I don't really know. My instinct says Great Knight for the movement and the variety of weapon types, but General also gives you axes, and it gives you a very defensive skill. It is the skill that we've been dealing with. It will activate once per enemy phase, and it will have the damage of the first attack he takes. So if you want something pure defensive that you can maneuver around at your leisure, like maybe you're planning on warping him or something, General is what you want to do. But he's not. I don't view Hardwin as a really great long-term unit in the first place anyways, because once he rejoins, there's so much more that you've got in your arsenal. You've probably got 2 Great Knights, you've got a lot more defensive units. That's the curse of knights in Fire Emblem, if you will. And finally, there's Helmet. And you could probably have promoted him a lot sooner if you don't miss the Elysian Whip like I did, but in case you did, your options are Wyvern Knight or Dragon Master, and we've talked about Dragon Master already. This will add a magical breath weapon attack, which is not that good on Helmet because he has been at 0 magic for this entire time, and I don't think attacking res is enough to really justify going to that over Wyvern Knight. Which I believe has better stats, because just looking at these, Wyvern Knight has more speed and more strength, too. So for stats, go with Wyvern Knight. You don't really need lances, but, you know, just having them isn't such a bad thing. So yeah. Another thing I want to point out is that, assuming I have not missed any other promotion items, it seems that if you collect all of the promotion items in the game, even accounting for the Elysian Whip that I missed, you can promote everybody except for one unlucky unit that is going to stay unpromoted. Unless I have missed another item. So maybe we can get Robinko to add one more Master Seal. Like, put it in Chapter 19 if you want. And speaking of which, that's where we're going to next. So, do you like Victory or Death from Fire Emblem 7? Because that's basically what this is. Just flood the map in every possible unit that you can imagine. There's Paladins, there's Great Knights, there's Ballistae, more Wyvern Knights and Dragon Masters. Are there Dragon Masters? It looks like there's nothing but Wyvern Knights. I'm surprised there are no enemy Dragon Masters. I guess they're not good enough. But you've got every conceivable unit that you, would normally have to deal with throughout the rest of the game. Or whatever that sentence was supposed to mean. But anyways, we have villages to save, so we should get underway as soon as we can. I just have to make some last-minute rearrangements, and we are set. Shame I don't have any more siege weapons, and there are a lot of units with the Medino curse. It's almost as if they are foreshadowing something. So, with that out of the way, there's nothing left to discuss except to just play. And the music is going to get even more intense because we are getting close to the ending here. First things first, let's get rid of this guy. No need to worry about that village getting destroyed. Alright. We do need to work quickly if we want to get to those villages. Oh, one of them had an axe. That's fine. I'm sure Brianna can take it. Oh, she cannot. Already off to a fantastic start, aren't we? Alright, Teak 2. Okay, this time I've got a sword and I'm on favorable terrain. That's better. And this is also Candace instead of Brianna. So now when the mage goes for her, yeah, Candace is much more resistant. Oh, I'm sorry, I had activated Foresight, so this attack is completely meaningless. Critical! And that's just the icing on the cake, but it does mean he can get hit a second time. I'm getting lag for some reason. Wait, a Mage Knight this time. Alright then. We're bringing out the big guns, and they're all missing. These guys couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. Whatever that is supposed to mean. Alright. Just, let's start making use of that Assassinate ability. And down he goes. That's how it's done. Belinda is actually... She actually gets a lot of EXP from that, but she has to wait 5 turns to be able to use it again. Alright, let's... Luna. Hopefully a Luna crit. Look at that crit rate. It's crazy. Alright, he got hit. It's no biggie. I will just heal him back. Ooh, a C in staves. For whatever use that gives us. I'm sure it's good for something. Alright. Let's give him some of our stinky breath. That animation is very laggy. Looks like Adria's going to level up quickly as well. These guys must be really high leveled. This is... that's kind of risky. Do we still have that partisan from all those chapters ago? We sure do. Alright. Brave Lance, and she misses. Kara, you're letting me down. How long have we been together? You should be much, much better than that. Alright. I will put Candace on the front line in order to tank those pesky mages. And I might as well... I guess there's no point in not moving Lewis forward at this point. I was trying to save the skill for later. But, no point in letting him just sit there. Oh, the boss is in our range. That's one powerful bow. It's called the Scorpio. Is that some kind of reference to the boss called Scorpio from Fire Emblem 4? Not sure if it is, but it could be. Alright, that's got an elixir. We don't really need that. Yeah, elixirs are just not that good because you're spending your own turn in order to heal instead of spending someone else's turn. Alright. This is one powerful boss. You can't really assassinate bosses, I think. So first we'll get rid of the Siege Tome user. Wow, how... like, I guess we can't really double this at all. So we need to heal up first. Oh, that's not enough to survive a hit. I suppose Candace will go towards this village and secure it. Running out of Falcon Sword uses. But I'm sure we'll pull through. Adept Longbow. This is still one of the best strategies I can think of. There's even a 10% chance for a surprise crit. But she does dodge, which is very good. And we cannot Luna her this turn. So let's go with this, the Brave Lance. I'm just gonna watch this conversation. Maybe the most, I didn't catch what was said there, but I'm sure it was both silly and awesome at the same time. However, I've missed again. So, this might be trouble. Can the... Oh, this thing is ranged? Wow! I wish I had realized that sooner. See ya! And we even get her weapon. The Scorpio is probably going to be a very, very good bow. And I should have an S-rank bow user by this point. No, but I'm very close. I don't imagine those knights can do all that much, but we do have to worry about the wyverns. And the ballista. We're not in ballista range, which is a good thing. Right. Oh, a sleep staff. That's even worse. And he's hit. Well, this could turn out to be very troublesome. Oh, nice crit. Yeah, he's gonna take a hit here. I don't know if sleep, like, basically makes it impossible to dodge, but it certainly did in that case. But the guy had a bolt axe, so it really isn't that bad. Nice double crit. This is turning out to be very good. Okay, these guys have pylums. He'll be safe on this turn, I think. Alright, so this guy... The nerve of this guy bringing a bolt axe. Like, what does he think he's going to accomplish with a magic weapon? See? See how awful it is? Oh, you could have got a crit on the first time and saved us a little time there. Partisan, that guy... No, you... Something's wrong with Kara. Oh, no, actually, he had the barrier skill, so nothing's wrong with Kara herself. Are we finally going to use the Restore Staff to cure somebody of sleep? Wow. I've had that Restore Staff for so long and never had the chance to use it. All of these guys have... These guys all have killer items. Wow. That's going to be... It's going to be tough. Like, maybe what we need is to pull back. Like, form up a wall here. Like so. Someone's gotta get Abby out of there. So I will stay here. Kara should be able to rescue and then pull back, right? Oh. No, she can't. That is bad. That's very, very bad. Oh, I know what to do. Play for Theodore, and then use the rescue staff. Looks like I'm getting some mileage out of that after all. I just love having utility staves like that around. Here comes the enemy rush. The ballista meant nothing, so that's good. Oh, don't put Candace to sleep. So much for that high res of hers. Right, what do the guys with killer weapons do? Can we get this guy out of our way? We should be able to. She took a hit in the process, but... Oh, good. Good to see Kelsey's actually useful for something with that flame spear. But she took a hit, too. This is going to be trouble, because I don't think Candace can take all of these hits. She's fine for now. 16 attack. Oh, is he a light mage? Yeah, he's got Resire, so 16, yeah. She'll live for now, but who knows what the turn after is going to be like. Raymond's back in action, so at least we've got that going for us. I apologize if the commentary is not very good. I'm just having to think here because this is a very in-depth tactical chapter. Okay. Don't you just love Super Canto? I suppose this was the answer all along. Just use Lewis. Right, the ballista went for the other unit instead, so that's fine. That is such a huge lance, don't you think? Oh, he's got 0 against Cullen. This is excellent. Oh, the mage doesn't, though. But he missed. It's fine. Yeah, there's going to be a group of reinforcements coming from this direction, so... These guys are in way too much trouble. Does anyone have an S in staves? Theodore should by now, yeah. Alright, so it's time to use the big one, the Celestial Staff. I gotta show off its animation at least once, right? And there we go. Everyone's fully healed, but unfortunately it doesn't cure the sleep status. So we've really got to get someone over there to block. And this guy has Resire, so it's actually going to be very difficult. With a Franziska, we can at least do some damage to him. He's probably going to hit, which he did. And then Kelsey comes in for the kill. Please land this. Thank you. Was not expecting the light mage with the sleep staff to also be lured into attacking. I hope this guy is as good as he looks. Well, I will just let the enemy come to me. So that's good. That's taken care of. Assassinate is ready again, so... say goodnight. That is so cool. I think I should have promoted Denton into an assassin way, way earlier, because that is a really cool skill. At least one crit, please. Okay, she got one. And now the ballista. It's probably important to get rid of the ballista as soon as possible. And good night. That leaves our flying units here. Galvanism. I've never heard of that. What is that? I don't think I was ever able to pick up one of those myself. How strange. Will the partisan let us... Gotta go with the Brave Lance then. And she did not get hit, which is very excellent. So we can Luna one of them. No, we can't Luna. Not now. I wish I still had that wind sword. But Lewis is the man right here. Yeah, with other bows, he has to use the Brave Bow. He's not good enough with the other bows. I just noticed that anybody afflicted with a Medino Curse gets their own battle theme. A little strange. Let's give the other one to Abby. Although I have to get my Bard out of the Ballista range. Unless that's not Ballista range and I'm just being silly. Yes, it is Ballista range, so... rescue. And can anyone swap? Yes. There we go. That is probably the hard part dealt with. Now we get to walk all the way down to the bottom. Someone should probably get some reinforcements for this side, though. I think they're holding out just fine, though. We are well past getting all of the bonus experience for this chapter. Alright, so it looks like we're in a bit of a bind here. So these guys have more units than I would like that they have to deal with. And the problem is that there are now 2 Mage Knights over here, so that's troublesome. What I'm going to first do is get rid of this guy, and I'm probably just going to sit here with all hearts. But the trouble is, now that there's this Mage Knight here, it's going to be very difficult to deal with him. But I have a plan. First thing we're going to do is use this... do we use anything other than the Flame Breath, maybe? No, we have to use the Flame Breath. So, do this first. We can move forwards and eliminate this guy with the Billhook. Or do we want to do that? Because, see, we can now eliminate this enemy with Kelsey. But the problem is, as you see, that she is now in Ballista range. So I'll go ahead and Billhook this guy, too. The fact that there's another Mage Knight there is very troubling. Because he can't attack Adria, which is really nice. But he can attack Allheart, and that's the trouble. In fact, 2 of these guys could go after Kelsey as well. So I could be making a mistake here, but the first thing I'm going to do is Physic Allheart. And this is actually quite ingenious, I believe. To get rid of the Ballista, we can move here with Theodore, warp Lewis all the way down here, and then what we're allowed to do is eliminate the Ballista, and then we can just Canto all the way back so that he is perfectly safe from all those enemies. but it's still not guaranteed to win us the turn. Because now it all depends on what the enemies do with Kelsey and Allheart. If we're lucky, they might pull off something stupid. Maybe one of the guys blocks the Mage Knight from attacking Kelsey. But we'll see how it goes. I can restart from this point either way. So he's going for Allheart, which is probably a good sign, because if the other two can't kill these guys, then they should be safe. So that makes Kelsey safe, doubly so because she dodged. And this guy is going to attack Kelsey as well, so that was a good dodge. That was a very, very lucky dodge, and a very excellent strategy by me, I would say. What about this guy? What's he got for us? He's got the Sun Shard, which is the S-rank Animatone. And Arm Strip basically makes it harder for us to beat him by draining him of all of his weapons. And he also has Luna, which would be very, very dangerous. 33 incoming damage with a crit rate. That's not good. In fact, our hit rates against him are very low in general. Because if this works out, we can just warp. Oh, that's a really good hit rate. And she just barely survives this, too. No crit rate, either. Abby is an excellent unit. I was completely lying when I said she had lost all relevance, because this is a very good use for her. Coin toss, and it was a hit. And we get the Sun Shard for ourselves. And is that it? Oh, that's actually it for the chapter. It was a boss kill chapter, not a siege chapter, so I don't have to warp. That's pretty good. Oh, the final chapter is named after the game, of course. Well, there's no base, so we just have to jump right into it, I would say. Here it is, the grand finale. And oh, what a finale it is. Alright. Well, it's the final chapter of the game, so I see no reason to be stingy with these promotion items. Make her just a little bit more defensive. Do we have any Draco shields? Yes, do that too. Just gonna use up all of the promotion items. Make her as survivable as possible. I basically want a supercharged Kara. Could probably use some of these on other units, though. Let's see, she's maxed out on speed, but skill could use a boost. That Spirit Dust is going straight to Raymond. Oh, he's actually maxed. He could use speed, though. There we go. And who needs strength? Oh, Cullen is not maxed yet? Alright. He is maxed now. Actually, I think I'm going to use the Spirit Dust on Adria to power up that Flame Breath of hers. And she'll get a strength boost too. You don't even need the veteran proofs. There's no way anyone's going to reach the level cap. Like, unless you promote very early. Alright, so these are our final 12. And there's actually... Oh, we actually have to rescue another green unit. I guess we could pull the old Warp and rescue for her. And also on this chapter are Bryce and Audrey. There might be a way to fix their Medino curses, because they've been affected by the Medino curse now. Excuse me. But we should be able to fix them. It looks like we're going to use the last of our warps and rescues for that purpose. Right. Oh, I could actually be very, I could actually be very silly here. So I'm going to save. And no more delaying. Let's begin. The final chapter. We just have to seize that throne and it's game over. Alright, so first things first. warp you into the cell. Rescue the green unit. Just like in the prison escape chapter, you can use this trick to rescue the green unit. And since it was Lewis that did it, he has an extra turn, so he can drop her right away. So, Kara talks to her, yes. And that causes Luvina to join the party. She is basically a late game... Well, not a sage, because she's got light and anima magic. There's not really much to say about here. Standard Gato unit, if that's what they're called. Alright, so there are bosses that we have to deal with, but we actually want to go up this corridor here first and foremost. So let's get Raymond, and these are snipers, so we have to lure them in with a very defensive unit. Alright, let's hope Candace deals with these mages. No, actually, well, the light mage can go after Abby, that's fine. We're running out of bows, though. Uh-oh. Oh, it's only 18%. This will never hit. Thought it was going to hit out of irony, huh? Alright, so an enemy with Fenrir is in there. We probably want to rush in as quickly as possible to get rid of him. Luna, you? And you took a hit in the process. Ouch. Spark him. I wonder how strong you are. Fairly strong. Even if you get hit, you'll absorb the damage back, but that's in sniper range, so we don't want that. Right. Do it this way. They're both fairly defensive, so I would imagine they would be able to tank the sniper. In fact, what's he got? 31 attack. And, let's see, what's his agility? Well, he'll never double, so I think I'm alright going up to the door and unlocking it. I hope Kara is good enough for this guy. Can we get in there with Lewis, maybe? Oh, totally. Definitely. Alright, so one of those chests has an important item in it. Let's see here. Let's see, Physic on you. Wow, our bard fell behind, huh? Wilbert, get over here! Alright, I think that's good enough for this turn. Just like I planned, he went after Abby. Abby gets a level. Strength and luck. Cool. Kind of unfortunate that, like, none of the enemies are moving. Alright. Can you unlock? Yes, you can. This is the Catharsis Staff. You need this. Here's what it does. It has 5 uses, and it removes the Medino Curse from anybody, player or enemy, but you need an S rank and staves to use it. And just in case you didn't have anybody who could, Lavina has an S rank in staves, but luckily we've got Theodore who has, need I remind you, +1 to his staff range, so this is actually very, very good for him. In fact, is it a 1 range staff? Oh, it's locked to Lavina anyways, so it doesn't matter. That's unfortunate. I thought I was going to pull off some shenanigans with it. The Lux Tome, I believe, is the S rank light spell. If you have anybody with light at S rank, that's probably going to be even rarer. So now that we can cure people who have the Medino Curse, it is actually a very simple task to recruit Audrey and Bryce, because you have to cure them of their curse in order to recruit them. And they're recruited as soon as you have the curse removed. Please don't crit Audrey. Oh, wait, she's not. Oh, dear. Okay, I was not expecting that. Alright, this time I have cast the Safeguard spell on Brianna, so she should survive this time. I'm feeling exhausted after playing this, honestly. So, even assuming a crit or two, this should be alright. Yeah, now that was much, much safer. Alright. Okay, time to test out this Catharsis Staff. And boom. I've actually never seen this happen before. I didn't recruit Audrey on my previous playthrough. Alright, so now Audrey is with us. She comes with some pretty heavy ordnance, and it's the last chapter, so it's good to have yet another hero with really good stats on your team. Yeah, not much to say about her. Standard Gateau unit. And if you go by that logic, there's actually several Gateau units. Okay. We'll have to deal with these mages sooner or later. Unless we be a little cheesy. This is our final boss. He negates critical hits, so I don't think we're going to be doing any shenanigans with him. Alright, let's see how... She takes a little bit more damage than I would have liked, so I'm probably going to cast Safeguard on her before sending her to the snipers down there. I'm so glad I saved it up. Like, I almost never used it up to this point, so I'm glad I still have it. Let's top her off. One thing I do find silly is that I forgot to bring all of my potions and stuff. That would have made keeping everybody up and running for longer much, much easier. Alright, so that leaves Bryce the General. For you, I will use Luna. Bang. Nice. And now we can use the Catharsis Staff to cure Bryce. And he joins the party as well. And Luvina actually levels up. It's nuts. Alright, so Bryce is a general. He's got a Philarica, and he's got a bunch of skills that make him a very defensive unit. A very good unit to have in this final chapter. So, and he even has Revenge as well. Revenge is a pretty cool skill. Alright, so... Wow, times 6? 6 attacks? Oh, because she's got Adept plus a break weapon. I didn't actually know you could do something like that. That's really, really cool. But we better clear out the rest of these enemies or we'll be in big trouble. And that's not helping. Is this guy with the Rosire still up? Is Theodore taking his turn? I think it may be time for another Celestial, but I'm not sure. Brianna sure needs to be healed. That's for certain. Can I use him on this guy? Put him over here, and he'll be fine. Now, we have this boss to deal with. As long as nobody's in range, he won't attack. So, what if we just... Well, we don't need Luvina anymore, so we need to pull her out. I think we can survive one round with that Light Mage, so I don't really mind taking a hit. Now we've also got to worry about these two warriors down here. I think Candace has it covered. And there was also another unit there. Oh, nice dodge. That's the general animation, in case anyone can tell. And we have a sleep staff. How pleasant. Kara's now asleep. Oh, and we have even more reinforcements. We gotta move. Ah, he's got a ranged weapon, of course. And the charge skill. I did not see that one coming. There's a lot more enemies with skills now. Oh, he goes for the axe against her? Really? They actually all charge towards you, so that's interesting. Oh, the sage is put to sleep. That's not good. And now the rest of the enemies are coming this way, so we've really got to push forward. So let's see, duel with this is good. Gets rid of the first sage. Can we assassinate? We cannot. That's fine. Flame Breath softens him up. Luna cannot do anything with him. Alright, so this is what we'll do. Flame Breath. And then shoot this guy. That's the end of the Brave Bow. Sad face. Get rid of him. I think I want to... Oh, there's reinforcements too. How fantastic. It's pulling out all the stops, which I actually like. And, I think it's time for a second round of Celestial, because I do not have the ability to heal everybody. But we still have one more guy to deal with. Did I give her Restore? Oh, thank goodness I gave her Restore. That was close. These are actually very good odds, so I think I'm going to go for it. Yeah, it worked. That was a little risky, but it paid off. Right, so how do we deal with this boss? Adney has... He just negates crits, and he has a 20-use weapon. You really should have made it infinite use, because I could imagine someone draining all of his uses, but I suppose that's why you gave him Arms Thrift. But we won't do it that way. That would be very much cheating. Well, Audrey should have gotten in a little bit closer. But that's okay, we have Luna. Final bosses aren't really that difficult most of the time. He can't be crit, so there's no point in using that weapon. Oh my goodness, Cullen, this is amazing. Is this enough to get him? No, it's just shy. It's 52 damage this is going to cause. Bow down to the might of Medino. Well, you're about to get killed, so it's really not that big of an issue. So we did get hit with a Medino curse. So, I don't really know what this does to the player. Oh, unit has boosted power but will attack its allies? Okay. That's not what happens when the enemy uses it, though. That's kind of cheating. It's not what happens when the enemy uses it. And besides, I can just wipe that away anyways. On the very, very slim off chance that I do not land this hit with Brianna. Brianna has been the best unit in the game. I think she should do the honors. Okay, maybe not the best unit in the game, but she's been around since the very beginning. And he's gone. We still get a level up even though the game is over now. She is just one level away from the cap. And the music is gone. But that's the end. Broken Legacy is cleared. That took a long, long time. But what a finale it was. We really did do it, Kara. Hey everyone, Ephraim225 here with post-commentary so I can better give my thoughts on the game. That endgame was rather exhausting, and I had to talk over it for over an hour, so I was in no position to talk about the game even more afterward. So what do I think of Broken Legacy after completing this playthrough? While its gameplay is very normal for Fire Emblem type games, what with all the advancements in ROM hacking and doing weird stuff in SRBG Studio, and even the official Fire Emblem games branching off in completely new directions, having a more standard SRBG is actually quite refreshing. I said the same thing about ROM hacks such as Justice and Pride in Order of the Crimson Arm. That isn't to say there aren't any new ideas in Broken Legacy, far from it. The biggest innovation that I liked is allowing the player to activate skills such as Luna whenever they want, with the stipulation that they now go on cooldown after they've been used. This reduces the random factor significantly. It's far easier to use these skills strategically now, and the enemy is allowed to use them too if they have it. Many early game characters come with a skill of this nature, so how you use them can factor into what promotion you choose for them. I would say the level design is above average. Most maps are well designed and not all that frustrating, and on normal classic, the difficulty I played, there were enough rough spots to get me thinking tactically. Maps such as chapters 14, 17, and 18 are notable for presenting you with the option of pursuing more side objectives or just getting your objective done and getting out. You get to choose how much effort you put in and you're rewarded for it. Turtling is possible through most maps, and it might be your preference in the endgame chapters for how long they are, but you are rewarded with items and bonus experience for completing side objectives and playing quickly, so there's incentive to move fast at least. The only stain, I would say, is Chapter 10, since rushing through it while evading the reinforcements and picking up all the items really needs to be planned out in advance. The reinforcements are infinite and contain ranged attackers that will hit you over the walls, but if you move too fast, you've got a purge unit to deal with. Though I should say that story-wise, chapters 10 and 11 were coincidentally the only major noteworthy scene in the story, thanks to one of your own characters actually dying. That's rare for this kind of game. I just thought that was worth pointing out because much of the story is fairly standard and not really doing anything seriously new. Other maps proved difficult thanks to my own bad luck, but that's not the game's problem. The way the units are balanced is probably my favorite part of Broken Legacy, since many unit skills allow them to be played in different ways. You have 2 promotion options for anyone that isn't the main character, and these aren't always perfectly balanced. For example, I've come to realize that giving a staff user the ability to fight doesn't do much because you were already using them as a staff user so much. Theodore can gain either light magic or a mount and staff range +1. The choice is very obvious in this case. On the other hand, you might think it a no-brainer to turn your mercenary into a hero, since he has Luna, and that goes nicely with axes, but if you make him an assassin, you essentially have 2 enemy erasing commands at the cost of not as good stats. You could make your mage into a mage knight for the mount, but an extra staff user is always good too, since unlock is very useful in this game. That's another thing too, many of the items felt very usable no matter where you were in the game. But speaking of magic, Broken Legacy also did something interesting with the magic triangle. It can be difficult to justify including 3 types of magic in a triangle. Heck, I made it a rectangle in my game, since you're not necessarily going to attack a mage with another mage. Broken Legacy makes light magic ignore res all the time, every time, which is pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't really think you get any really good light users. Most users of light magic are promoted staff users, or the game's bard. These types of units are pretty much already busy with other non-combat actions. You do get a light mage, but he's a bit of a hassle to recruit and is probably already behind other magic users if you still have them. The game's unpromoted dark magic user is in a similar boat, except dark magic doesn't really have anything interesting to it this time. No Luna, no Nosferatu, because these are already done by light magic. There's just a Poison Tome and an A-rank Brave Tome, which isn't super helpful. Maybe something that does extra damage to poison units would increase their utility. That effect would be welcome on the Reaper Tome since it's physical, which means it uses the strength stat of the magic user. I don't really know what the logic behind that decision was. Sorry, Robinko. Graphically, Broken Legacy has a few perks. There are custom tile sets which look fairly okay. It's mostly edits to the default SRPG Studio tiles, but that's fine. They look good enough, if maybe a little too bright in a couple spots. Character portraits are alright, having been made in the same style as GBA Fire Emblem portraits, though they do clash with the stock portraits because they aren't pixel art. Most animations are edits of defaults to give them crit animations, and a number of them are nice to look at. The music is also pretty good too. The custom tracks have a number of very excellent tunes among them, especially towards the end of the game. Broken Legacy is a really great example of what a finished SRPG Studio game looks like. A standard experience with a handful of excellent new ideas and clever map design with a variety of objectives. That's all you really need in a strategy RPG. If you can get past the admittedly low presentation that comes with SRPG Studio, although it is significantly improved with the plugins Broken Legacy uses, I would give Broken Legacy a go. There are even plenty of options for how you want to play. classic, casual, 0% growths, 100% growths. You can play any way you want, basically. Well, that about wraps up this playthrough. In the future, I'm hoping to play another SRPG Studio game if I like what I can find, or do more tutorial videos. The array of ways you can mod the engine is always expanding. So I hope you will join me if we end up seeing what fun idea comes around next. Thank you all for watching, thank you Robinco for making the game, and I'll see you all in the next video, whenever it is.